It's time to present Scott DuPont to bring you another episode of Finance Your Movie with tips and strategies to help you get your money to tell your story. It's time!
I'm here with Jessica Mathews, award-winning actor producer. You might have seen her work on the hit show A&E, hit A&E show called Intervention, producer on that. And also a wife and a mom. I don't know how you do it all, Jessica, but thank you for your time today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
So we both came out to LA full time about the same time, I think, but we first intersected in Central Florida. So tell us how you went from attending the University of Florida, studying business and economics, into acting and producing.
So
Like, how did that happen?
that's a great question. So I went to school for business. We owned restaurants growing up, and I thought I was just going to probably run those restaurants as I got older. And I did that. I did a lot of that. And I worked in those for a long period of time. And I went to school for business, and I had dual minors in economics, and I had all these economics courses. And my last semester, I realized I had one elective I could take. And I thought, oh, I'll take acting for non-majors. That sounds fun. And I did. And then my professor, you're really good. You should try to audition around town or do some plays or do something. And I did. And I booked a few local plays, and I booked a film at the university. And then I decided I'm going to move to Orlando and try acting. So I a good jumping off point to, kind of hone my skills, take some classes, see if it's something I really wanted to pursue. And I did that. And I was there for a year and a half. I did a lot of movies with UCF and Full Sail and other independent things, and really learned more about the business and kind of built up my resume. And then I ended up moving back over to the Tampa Bay area, and I worked in our restaurants for a while before I came out here finally. So, but I got and first made sure it's where I wanted to be and really kind of thought about it. And then I came out. So here I am.
And you did some stuff over there for Home Shopping Network as well, right?
I did, yeah. I modeled. I would model the jewelry. You have to hide the thumb. Knows that, but you have to hide the thumb, and they'd do the camera, and you'd turn and you'd show them the jewelry. And yeah, so you'd always be looking at which camera's on, and they had the lights on the camera, and you would model the clothes and the jewelry or whatever you were modeling that day, face cream. Yeah.
Nothing,
So that
nothing
was
wrong
that
with a
was really
steady
fun.
gig, and you get a lot of experience in front of camera.
Yeah, it was really fun actually. I enjoyed doing that. So
So you really started diving into acting, I guess around the early 2000s, and then you got into producing. And there's a common theme that a lot of successful producers um, start off. You've started producing a lot of shorts. How important do you think that is before we start talking about some of your feature length motion pictures? The process of producing a short.
I I I really enjoyed doing shorts. So I feel like when I had a lot of shorts where people were coming to me and saying, I really want to make this, will you make this with me? Will you help me do this? Will you produce this for me? And I just was like, yeah, yeah, let's do it. If I enjoyed the story and I thought it was something uh that I really liked, and I liked the person who was coming to me, like I thought, well, yeah, we could do this together and work. I think I enjoy doing shorts. I enjoy the process. It's just, it's similar to doing a feature or doing anything else. And I feel like you're just it's a little bit more hands in ways, and you're able to really take something from the start and help hone the script and everything, just like you would do in a feature, but you're working with over just a shorter period of time, and it feels like you're able to accomplish in a short period of time and really see the project grow, kind of get it out there, maybe make the writer or director like where they've gotten some things under their belt and they're ready to maybe do a feature. So it's nice to I like the process. I like the process of doing shorts, and I love a lot like so many of the shorts that I've worked on, and they definitely hold a place in my heart. So yeah, I'm glad I did those. It's
So
awesome. I think
let's jump into one of your earlier features, whether it's Triangle, Vanish, Last Treasure Hunt that you were producer on, and tell us a little bit about how the funding came about, like how you guys were able to raise money, because that seems to always be the sticking point for a lot of people wanting to make a feature.
right, exactly. So yes, a lot of times like in a short, it's easy to do because you're like, well, we have the money, so let's do it, right? And then in a feature, a lot of times it's, oh, we want to do this, but how do we get the money? And on the last, we did a lot. We did do a crowdfunding campaign. We did an
Which
indie,
movie are you talking about now?
oh, The Last Treasure Hunt.
Okay.
We did do a crowdfunding campaign. We did a campaign with Indiegogo, and we raised 20,000 on that. That was, and we also did private investing. We had investors who put their money in. We had some money from like friends and family, and we had our main actors in that also were executive producers. So they were acting in it, they wrote it, and they also were EPs and they put up some money to do it as well. So I've seen that happen too, where if someone wants to act in something or really wants something to get made, sometimes they'll help put some money in to
Yeah,
projects.
it's a great way to further their career, put themselves in a starring role if if they're a real serious talented actor. Um, on some of those equity individuals, how did that play out? Were you just kind of reaching out to people? You said friends and family. Were you just kind of sharing business plans? Like, hey, like
Yeah,
how did that work?
we had a pitch deck. I had completed a budget. We had I made a business plan. So we had all of those things really in order to show people to say, hey, we want to do, here's what we're looking to raise, and here's how much everything's going to cost. And this is what where we're hoping to get it. So yeah, we were I felt like we were prepared and that we all of those kind of things lined up, everything was in a row. So people, and then if they had any questions about anything or the process or anything, we would welcome them to sit in on stuff or talk, have, meetings, all of that, so that people felt comfortable.
So during that process, could you kind of estimate? I won't hold you to it, but like we talked to 10 people to get one investor. We talked to 100 people to get five investors. Like, would you say that the majority of the people just weren't willing to take that risk into coming into a film? Or did you have like, hey, we got the first five people that they put up all the money? It was easy. Like, what was the hit
It
rate, so to speak?
it wasn't easy. I mean, the just doing an online campaign for fundraising can be difficult. It's not necessarily difficult. It's just that you have to let me rephrase that. So like doing an online campaign is not necessarily difficult, but it does take time. It
It's
takes
almost like a
time.
full-time job.
Yes, constantly be sending out things, you're asking people, you're sending out individual emails, individual text, or calling people, you're letting people know what you're doing, if they can't donate, you're asking them to please share. It's a lot of work. So there of us working on that campaign, and it was really a full-time job by trying to raise the money on that. As far as investors go, we did talk to, it was probably, I mean, we kind of knew who we wanted to approach. Oh, and we knew about who might be interested and who wouldn't. So I don't feel like we were really kind of stabbing at the dark too much, but we were, I'd say like 5 people or so to every one investment, 5 to 10 people probably that we
That's pretty
talked to
good.
for everyone,
Yeah, that's really good actually. Because a lot of people might want to come in, they just don't have that extra cash to write a $20,000 check or whatever your, scale
right,
was.
right, exactly.
So
Yeah, and we have tier, like associate producer type or special thanks, roles like in that as well, so that people who wanted to donate, but they really didn't have a lot of money, they could still be involved.
some sort of incentives, so to speak. Like you put in this
Yes.
much, you get that, et cetera.
And we did, yeah,
Um,
we did the incentives on the fundraising campaign as well.
so I want to jump forward to Black, White, and the Grays. I guess that's streaming everywhere now. Did you do that project during COVID?
We did, yes.
You did. And what was the budget on that? Was that a real low budget? And how did the money come together for that? Especially during a tricky time when people are like locked in their house, kind of fearful.
Right. Yes. So that script, we had wanted to shoot everything 20. Like the goal was, let's talk about what's happening right now this year. And we ended up actually, we had some funding that didn't come through that we thought was going to. And we were going to shoot in November in the Atlanta area. And it to April because of that. And it ended up being a really happy accident because we didn't have to go back and kind of film certain things at a different time, the transitions of the movie. So it just really worked well for us in the end. Uh, However, getting the funding during that time, yes, that was difficult. We did not do a campaign online. We did not do a fundraising campaign, but we went to people and really talked to people about what we wanted to do. Phone calls and texts and emails and everything, asking people for, favors to do maybe work for less or lesser than their normal day rate so that we could make this happen. And we did it. And it was a lot of work though, for sure. It was, I mean, we probably approached more people on that movie to get, the funding. And it was low budget. It was under, oh, it was under 250,000. So
But you got it made. You got it
we
made.
got it made,
And
yeah.
you said something that is so important is you asked for favors, you negotiated day rates because the easiest money to raise is the money you don't spend.
Yes. Yes.
If you can do um, a $400,000 movie for $300,000, you're saving $100,000 of cash you don't have to raise. It's not screwing people over because there are always people out there. You probably found that whether actors in front of the camera or crew, they want to work for a few days. They're sitting at home. They're not working. They want a job,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes that's timing, exactly. We like fairly recently, and we were working with people right before the holidays. And we said, "Hey, are you available?" And it was kind of like the perfect timing for people because they said, "Yeah, I'm not doing anything. I'm off right now." And, or if it's over hiatus, or I've had people, like you said, during COVID times, if they weren't working and we followed strict guidelines as far as masking and making sure people felt comfortable, having everyone test. But at the same time, when you're a low budget and you're working under COVID conditions, if something happens, you're thinking, oh my gosh, if our DP gets COVID, what do we do? We're going to have to stop and we're going to have to restructure and probably going to need more money. So that was a scare that we had. And thank goodness it worked out. I mean, no one got COVID.
Yeah, you got
Uh,
it done and you made a great movie.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I
So,
love that movie.
so I don't know if you got this from your parents. I've always known you from the first time I met, you have this insane work ethic, which is probably how you keep making new movies like Final Heat, which is, I guess, going to come out soon. What do you think are some of the qualities that an indie filmmaker needs? to put together a movie and raise the money? Is it just discipline? Is it getting people on the phone? Is it not worrying about rejection? Any qualities that you can, any advice you can share?
Sure. Well, For yeah, a movie needs a lot. So you need creative and you need logistics, right? So you need a great script, and you need writers who are agreeable to like looking at changes, maybe building a a reading with actors, seeing where how you can punch things up, how can you make things better. You need a great cast. You need a cast who, if you're doing a feature, you might be looking at a cast who can help sell markets, and what can you get with the cast you're looking at, like overseas or here, and for pre-sales or things like that. But you're everything is kind of intertwined, it's you're looking at who can we get to be the best DP that we want, and it's creating lists. You're using Excel spreadsheets, like these are the top DPs we want, and these are the top roles we want, right? So I feel like along the way it's looking at who these creative people are, but also being really organized and really determined, and just looking at who you want on your you want to help you build this movie, and who loves this message, who wants to do this, why do they want to do this.
Let me drill down a little bit there.
Yeah,
When you're approaching investors, when you're getting people on the phone, how important is it about your team? Like you're talking about building a team. Do investors like, oh, your business plan looks okay? Like, wow, you got like this producer attached or this DP, or what are some of the, I guess the word I'm looking for is triggers that you have found move the needle with potential investors?
I I think I think it depends on the person. I think it depends on the investor. I think if you know that this investor is very much interested in being part of the team or being part of the creative process, I think that, that has happened before, where people really would like to be included in meetings or things if they can be, or, have a say. Some people are really hands off, and they go, yes, I just do, I want to see this made, and I know you guys are the right people to make it. I feel like if people know some of maybe the DP or the composer or the talent, they've seen their work, or they know that the level of people that you're with is on a high scale. I think that that can help investors invest as well. But I do think it's sometimes it's a combination, and sometimes someone just really wants to be involved, and just even getting like or they want to know that this thing is getting made. I've had projects I've made because people, it really pulls at the heartstrings, like, oh, I really love this. And then some people see it as just like merely a financial thing. It's just an investment. Like, I'm just putting my money in, wanting to get my return on investment. This is, and my percentage. And but I do think that if you have bankable talent, or if you have a bankable DP, or people that are recognizable or have some sort of substantial credits, I think that can help for sure.
Awesome. I guess, when is Final Heat coming out? Can we look for that anywhere soon, or is that going to be out next year?
Yeah, so Final Heat, we just had a really fun release party. It's out. You can see it's on Instagram at Final Heat Movie, and you can follow it. We have a great distributor. We're very happy. And yeah, we hope you like it.
Congratulations on that. It looks like a great movie. I really want to see it.
Thank you. Yeah, it's about teamwork and struggles, and really perseverance. And I think people will really enjoy it. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. And is there a certain place that people can follow you or contact you or learn more about Jessica Mathews?
Yes, so I'm on LinkedIn and I'm also on IMDb. You can see some of our projects like at Black, White, and the Grays on Instagram. You can contact there, or one of my shorts is the Under Movie, and that's on
Which
IG.
looks amazing, by the way. That
Thank
you
you.
said that's going to play at Burbank Film Festival.
Yes, so that's coming out. That's going to play at Burbank Film Festival, Santa Barbara, and we have another local LA one coming up soon. Story about two moms connecting, and we worked with a couple nonprofits on that project, and holds a special place in our hearts. So
Looks amazing. Were you one of the writers on that too, or just put it
no,
together?
just producer, line producer. I have a very small role in it, so fun.
Cool.
And our writer director is Laura Charles, and she's a mom from Burbank, and we actually met in Burbank, so we're excited about the Burbank International Film Festival.
Awesome. Jessica Mathews, I know how busy you are with producing all these series, movie after movie after movie, being a wife or a mom. So thank you for your time today. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's time!
There's never been a better time to make your own film. And if you have a dream project you're excited about and 100% committed to getting it funded, go to financeyourmovie.com. Click on the green telephone. You'll see our calendar and find an open spot. We'll do a one-on-one call, which will be the best hour you've ever spent getting clarity and strategy towards financing your movie.